Okay, I am live. As you can read by the title, first of all, hello, I'm back again. Uh, yes, basically seems like a lot of people in the YWC, from the people I grew up watching, the people that started with me, seems to be all gone. I still watch Lundrick. I believe Samoan Fan 101 plays videos here and there. Diesel 101 plays videos here and there. And I don't know, they seem to be all gone, and it seems like I'm slowly vanishing. And I get it. College, school, work, everything gets busy, and sometimes you don't want to waste your time talking about some good old wrestling. But I wanted to make this video simply for the fact hours and so on. Now, I've mentioned in a few videos, uh, okay, my thing is streaming back. Okay, thank you. Anyways, um, I um, I saw I was thinking like we have way too many belts, and I think that is a big thing to discuss. First and foremost, am pretty. I'm pretty sure it's better to make WrestleMania this year 2 hours simply for the fact that this could be the beginning of a new era. You could say. Uh, yes, this will be a brand new era. Think about it. We have had 35 WrestleManias. All have been one show. Starting at WrestleMania 36, we have 2 hour extravaganza, and you're probably wondering why, how are we gonna do this? Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We had because there's no point in having takeovers anymore. I'm not saying to do. Um, I'm not saying that we should do NXT pay-per-views with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. They should only be saved for the big four. And I'm not saying that SummerSlam and Survivor Series or even the Royal Rumble should be two shows. I think just strictly WrestleMania. Now you're probably wondering, isn't this gonna kill the way wrestling works? Well, I thought of it, and then I saw Wrestle Kingdom 15, and I think people appreciated that Wrestle Kingdom this year, 14, 15, wherever it is. But I think people appreciated that Wrestle Kingdom was 2 hours, or not 2 hours, two shows. Um, and to top it off, the difference with what I would have done with this year's WrestleMania and with Wrestle Kingdom, I would not have the same people competing both. Um, and that's what I would do. I would do, and this way it will be like, oh shit, WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights this year. I have to pay for both. Now people are excited. People want to go to both shows. And the way I would structure this, and I'm just so we could get the most solid show that you can possibly get. Um, so is what I would do. Uh, for the record, I do have some predictions as to what's going to happen later on the shows, such as uh, such as who is such as what champions are gonna walk into WrestleMania, and part of this idea kind of came with what happened on Raw tonight. First of all, Raw has gotten better for like this is like some of the best episodes of Raw I have seen since I want to say 2013 when they had that whole storyline with Daniel Bryan and the Authority. Those were some great episodes of Raw. But this is how it feels like. This is what it feels like, a good TV show. And I'm glad that they got Paul Heyman in. SmackDown needs to get their shit together. I know Eric Bischoff's gone. I know they got that retard that turns red whenever. But they need a new guy running that, or a new woman, since it's all about women empowerment these days. I think it's time to change it up, and I think this is going to be a good decade for the WWE because, for starters, Vince McMahon is done. He's leaving WWE. He's going to go to the XFL, start that brand, fuck it up, and they're not going to bring his ass back because, let's be real, Vince McMahon, he's a piece of shit, and I don't think he should come back. Anyways, how would my cards look like? For starters, I would have 9 matches in each show for both pre-shows on the night. I would have the and one you have the women's battle royal and then the men's battle royal. And to start a new era, I would call it the China Memorial Battle Royal, and then the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on night 2, and then and WrestleMania 37, 38, 39, 40. We could move them around if you want to. Structure it. We could even do some SmackDown versus NXT or some Raw versus NXT matches just to change up the card a bit. And I mean, I'm not saying that, but I think if we structure the card correctly, I think we could have some good stuff. So, and like I said, 9 matches in each show, and not every match has to be long. And then because I have to mention this, the 24/7 championship, it could be on both shows. They could like have little segments in the back. We could actually have R-Truth show up in the show, and this will give people time to shine. People who you would never expect to be anywhere on the main card show up for the 24/7 championship. We could even bring some legend of it right now more than ever because this will help the show kind of like get your mind off of the big matches that you saw. So, anyways, and I will give some predictions as to like stuff that will happen later on. But anyways, for the first night on the real main show, I would have a United States Championship ladder match between Andrade, Samoa Joe, Ricochet, Humberto Carillo, Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black, and the returning EC3. 7 guys kicking it with ladders, having the time of their lives, killing it in the ring. And then the winner would be, you think it's going to be Aleister Black. He's right there. He has the belt in his hands, but finally getting his revenge. Buddy Murphy sneaks in with a chair, throws Aleister Black out, and he wins the United States Championship. And then we continue. I really am digging it. Next up, the Kabuki Warriors, their women's tag team championships against the Divas of Doom. I think Beth Phoenix should come back to the ring. I think it was too early for her to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. She still has a big career going on ahead of her, and the Divas of Doom are probably the only thing that makes Natalya relevant for those diehard fans. And I think it will be Natalya's dying wish to win a WrestleMania match. So let's do it. Divas of Doom win the belts. They have a good run, and it will be fun to have 2 strong female women, and it will be great for the women's division, having 2 powerful women. What would this mean for the Kabuki Warriors? Either A, separate them, put them on NXT. I would send Kairi Sane back to NXT personally. Then Asuka does her thing on Raw. She's been doing a fantastic job so far. So, as a singles competitor recently, she's picking up, and thanks to Becky Lynch, because otherwise this would have sucked. So, thank you, Becky, for making her relevant again. And then I decided to do this for fun. I would have King Corbin announce that he will have a big open challenge to anybody who thinks they could beat King Corbin. Throughout the show, throughout SmackDown, he's just having little squash matches. He gets bigger headed, and then Dolph Ziggler and Robert Bruce said, "Fuck this, we're out. We're not gonna help you anymore." So he's banished, and then when King Corbin comes out, he said, "I don't care that I don't have Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I could do this by myself. Who's going to come out?" And, for months, you're thinking it could be John Cena, it could be The Rock, it could be anybody. And it will be good to see one of those legends come back and have a full-time run. But I am going to go with the Velveteen Dream. I think he's ready to come back. I'll have the Velveteen Dream squash King. Solid little feud, because Velveteen Dream could make anything shitty look amazing. And then the 4th match on night 1, it'll be title for title, NXT versus SmackDown. Keith Lee defending the North American Championship and Braun Strowman defending the Intercontinental Championship. I'm glad that they got the belt out of Asa Nakamura. I think they need a strong big man like Braun Strowman to get the relevancy in that belt. And Keith Lee is probably the next big thing. So let's do it. Let's do Keith Lee beating Braun Strowman, has this big WrestleMania moment. He has the North American Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. That'll be a big first. It'll be a fun little match to have. People talking about it, and that'll be great. And then he goes to NXT, he goes to SmackDown, he goes to Raw, or wherever they put the belt on. But I think it'll be great for Keith Lee. This will be his big rising moment, and then eventually he'll get rid of the North American Championship, give it to Damian Priest. I think that would be a great option to give it to, and then Keith Lee's a dominant IC champion in the long run. That's what I would do. Match 5 would be for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I decided to do something very creative, and I think this has been the best build for any match. And we got a tease of it at Survey, the Monday Night Messiah. So Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy are the current Raw Tag Team Champions, but they realized that they should give them to the AOP. They realize that they need to those belts, so they vacate the belts, and then they have this big tag team, like fatal 4-way match for the Raw Tag Champions. AOP wins, and it really shows that the Monday Night Messiah is going to take over. They're basically the Undisputed Era. They're basically that. And Rey Mysterio says, "You know what? I do not want this. I hate that Seth Rollins is becoming a monster. And I hate that the AOP are the tag team champs. They did a lot of harm. They injured a bunch of stars, so I'm not going to do it." And his tag team partner will be Dominick Mysterio. Yes, Rey Mysterio. A lot of people say Dominic isn't ready, so this is what I'm going to do. It'll be a quick match. It will be like, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, but I'll have Rey Mysterio kind of fight for the beginning, and then eventually Dominic gets the hot tag. He has some cool moves. You think he's going to win. Rey Mysterio didn't want him to wrestle this match because the AOP are very dangerous. This would be a great way to put over the Authors of Pain. They beat the shit out of Dominic. Rey Mysterio throws in the towel. AOP retain. Dominic and Mysterio are in the ring. They're emotional. And Dominic feels like he failed his father, but Rey Mysterio says, "Nope, this is going to be your moment." He takes his mask off. We finally see Rey Mysterio unmasked in the WWE to Dominic, and he's like, "It's your moment." So this will build up Dominic for the future, and he'll be the next Rey Mysterio unless he goes on a different route. I'm not saying that Dominic should come back right away and have his matches, but this will be a little test to how over Dominic can really be. I think this will be a good moment and a good match. Next up. Now, I'm predicting that Adam Cole's going to lose the belt to Tommaso Ciampa at NXT TakeOver Portland. So at WrestleMania, I would do Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is going to beat Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver Portland. So we do Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. There's rumors that Finn Balor is gonna go back to Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania. And then Tommaso Ciampa doesn't want to leave NXT, otherwise he retires. So people are thinking Tommaso Ciampa might be Finn Balor, but no, a new version of Finn Balor comes out. A different, not necessarily the Demon, but we debut a brand new look to Finn Balor. It'll be badass. And Finn Balor becomes a 2-time NXT champion, and Finn Balor is officially the face of NXT once again. And then this will be great for NXT because now Ciampa and Gargano are both after the belt, and maybe they could start up their feud again. Ooh, I'm excited for what they would do. Next match 7. It'll be a street fight between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, plain and simple. I like what they're doing. If anyone interferes, they are fired immediately. Seth Rollins has got the upper hand. Buddy Murphy kicked ass Uh, Buddy Murphy became the U.S. champion that night. AOP retained their tag team belts, so Seth Rollins is very confident, even though they're not there. But Kevin Owens gets his way and finally gets his big moment, his big WrestleMania moment, long awaited. Kevin Owens beats Seth Rollins. This will build him up as the top guy for Raw or SmackDown if he gets drafted. It'll be a big moment for Kevin Owens to win here, and it will be a great markout moment. Next up, the second to last match, it will be Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Uh, I think this is going to be the night Ronda Rousey comes back finally. You think Becky Lynch, or you think Ronda Rousey is not going to come? You think Shayna Baszler might win? You think Becky Lynch might actually have a chance and continue her run, her dominant run, but no. Ronda Rousey just interferes. Shayna Baszler sneaks in a victory, and Shayna Baszler becomes the next Raw Women's Champion. This will be great. It'll be nice to see Becky Lynch feel not necessarily like an underdog, but now she has more competition to fight because Shayna Baszler has Jessamine Duke and Mariana Shafir. I think that's her name. All the from the UFC are there. Becky Lynch is like knocked down cold, and all four of them are standing tall with Shayna Baszler as their Raw Women's Champion. But that's not the main event, folks. The main event is going to be Brock Lesnar versus the Royal Rumble winner, Drew McIntyre. Everybody's been wanting this match. Drew McIntyre has the Paul Heyman is in charge. I think, unfortunately, people, I think Brock Lesnar is retaining. That is my personal opinion. I think that's going to happen. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think Brock Lesnar is going to retain. Drew McIntyre has this moment. I think it's going to be a great match. Don't get me wrong. I think Drew McIntyre is going to get a standing ovation. As far as when Brock Lesnar loses the belt, I think he's going to lose it at SummerSlam in this universe to Kevin Owens. I think that would be the best choice they could do. Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar, and then you bring back Drew McIntyre as a heel again, saying that should have been him. Maybe better than Dolph Ziggler's storyline when he attacked Kofi Kingston. It should have been me. Because I like Drew McIntyre as a heel a lot more than I do as a face. That's my personal opinion. But he is great. Don't get me wrong. Drew McIntyre is fantastic on the mic. He is stiff. He doesn't give a fuck if you boo or cheer him. That is the kind of confidence. Night two. Yes, night two. Night two will be for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The opening match for that will be New Day, Miz and Morrison, Usos, and Heavy Machinery. Fatal 4-Way SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. A little fun match to have to kick off night two. I haven't said who won the Andre and China Memorial Battle Royal winners. For the China Memorial Battle Royal, I'm actually going to pick Nikki Cross. You think Alexa Bliss is going to win, but no, Nikki Cross gets the victory, and that starts the feud between Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. That was fun. And then we have for the Andre Memorial Battle Royal winner, I am going to give it, and I'm pretty sure this will piss off a lot of people, but I'm going to give it to Sheamus simply because he's back and they need something for him. Sorry. Anyways, we open the show night two with New Day, Miz and Morrison, Heavy Machinery, and the Usos. You think that this is going to be a big Kofi Mania moment again? Big E taps Kofi Kingston like, this is my moment. You already had your moment. And then Miz sneaks up the victory. Miz and Morrison become your SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And this causes dissension in the New Day. Maybe they'll break up. Maybe they won't. But this will be a great story to continue it. Or this will be the start of that feud. You get what I'm saying. Also, like my Mickey hat. Yay. Next up, I really have nothing for either of these guys, which shocks me because they're two of my favorite overall wrestlers. Maybe one of them happens to be my favorite wrestler of last year, 2019, Adam Cole. And I decided to put him against AJ Styles because I think they teased it during Survivor Series week. Adam Cole versus AJ Styles. We never got that match. I think this will be the final point to say we have the match and we have something for Adam Cole to do. Like, I should be at WrestleMania, and AJ Styles is like, I got injured, but I'm back. And it seems like I got nothing. And sure enough, era versus the OC once again, but the leader. Uh, we have some outside interference. We got the OC fighting the Undisputed Era, uh, and then we think that AJ Styles got the win, but I think I'm gonna give it to Adam Cole simply because Adam Cole is gonna be a mega star in the main roster. Adam Cole's got the big victory, and then we have all four of them standing tall. One of them forget. Match 3, this is going to piss off some people, but I think it's fair to say that we're going to get Bobby Lashley and Lana versus Rusev and Liv Morgan again. I think it will be fine just to end it all. And Rusev has his big moment beating Bobby Lashley and Lana. Liv Morgan stands tall. It will be fun just to end it all. It doesn't matter of fact, just make them. This is going to be an interesting one, but since Nakamura lost the IC belt, there's absolutely nothing to do with him. Sami Zayn is dying to return to the ring. So who do I put those two against? Each other? No. Instead, I will have him fight NXT Tag Team Champions, the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. I think they're going to. Personally, I'm actually going to give it to Nakamura and Sami Zayn because they need their WrestleMania moment. And I think they need to go back to NXT and get redeveloped. I think it will be a good thing for them. And I think Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, and I think despite Brock Lesnar not wanting that match, I think it's going to happen regardless. But if they keep him on NXT, I can't really get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Then I got Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the Smackdown Women's Championship. You guys saw this coming. Personally, what I would have done instead of Charlotte, but you can't always win. So there's that. And yeah, I would have Sami Zayn and Nakamura win. Oh no, Banks and Bayley, you know the story. I would actually have Sasha Banks and Bayley fight the Kabuki Warriors for the belt, and Bayley costs them the match, meaning that they start feuding and they fight for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You know, you kind of put it together, and Sasha Banks could finally say that she could beat Bayley. Bayley already had her big moment. Becky Lynch had her big moment. Charlotte had her big moment, but Sasha Banks has yet to have her own WrestleMania moment, so this will be it. Sasha Banks is the SmackDown Women's Champion. That would be great. And we could reestablish Bayley. Next up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Match 6. Now, this one's a fun one. This one will probably not even happen ever, but it'll be good to finally fix the Cruiserweight division. Put him as the top star. We need a big opponent for Jordan Devlin. Now, Jordan Devlin, I just see Finn Balor's stunt double when I look at Jordan Devlin. But he is a good wrestler. I will give you that. It's like we need to give him an opponent that is going to make people give a shit. So I decided, because Finn Balor is feuding with this guy currently, I think it will be fair to continue that storyline when we do Jordan Devlin versus Johnny Gargano for the Cruiserweight Championship. Johnny Gargano wins. He has a massive pop. Johnny Gargano wins the Cruiserweight division. He helps the Cruiserweight division in NXT for a little bit, and eventually he moves back up to being Johnny Takeover, the top guy of NXT, eventually in the long run. So there's that. Johnny Gargano becomes your Cruiserweight champion. I don't think he needs it, but I think the Cruiserweights need Johnny Gargano. Next match, Randy Orton versus Edge. I'm loving what they're doing. Keep it exactly the same as far as who wins. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to go Randy Orton. That will give him some real heel heat. And plus, Edge has got 3 more years. What is the worst that could happen if he loses? It's Edge. It's freaking Edge. And Randy Orton needs a victory, something to make people give a shit about the guy. Next up, for the Universal Championship, it'll be Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt in a triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan are just, well, for starters, Roman Reigns believes that he's the only one that could beat Bray Wyatt since he has history with Bray Wyatt before he became the Fiend. Daniel Bryan believes he's not done. They have a match to determine who wins. The Fiend interferes in the match, so it's going to be both of them. But it's not because they made him fight both. It's because he wants both. He wants to beat both, end them for good. And as far as who wins, I'm actually gonna go and just hear me. And Roman Reigns pins Daniel Bryan. The Fiend's still undefeated, but he wants his belt back. And Roman Reigns turns heel. And then from there, I would have Bray Wyatt just cause chaos on SmackDown until he eventually gets his Universal Championship match. This will get a lot of hate, but it's what will probably happen. You guys guessed it. NXT Championship match. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair. This will prove once and for all that NXT is going to be a main stable in the freaking division. And this will help the women out. This is why we need 2 nights. Because we finally need to do Royal Rumble winner versus Royal Rumble winners. Since we have 2 Royal Rumbles, we're gonna need both nights the Royal Rumble winners headlining. I think that is the biggest reason as to why I did what I did with Rhea. Or that's a hard one because deep down I want Rhea Ripley to be the next top star, but then Charlotte Flair just loses. She has one of the worst WrestleMania records in history, which is weird because she is the queen. Then again, think about this: Shawn Michaels, who's considered Mr. WrestleMania, believe it or not, he has more losses than victories. Think about it. So Charlotte Flair again, Charlotte could win the NXT Women's Championship, go to NXT, and finally have big time competition against you guessed it, AEW. I think that would be the safest bet. And I think this is why we're doing this match to begin with. So it will be pointless to her because it's Rhea Ripley. She's basically what we want Becky Lynch to be right now. So Rhea Ripley could win the biggest matches in WrestleMania history as far as the women goes. So I'm excited for that alone. So yeah, that's what my card would look like. It's a little bit out of blues. It's a little bit weird, but I think it'll be very cool if we were to do this card. What are you guys' thoughts? They're down below the comments. Would you do WrestleMania 2 nights? Would you keep it 1 night and try to do a couple of matches here and there, or what would you guys do? Let's just put down below what would you guys do. So yeah, and just to recap as to who are your champions now. Like I said, the 24/7 stays the way it is. The UK division stays the way it is, and then let's look at the Raw belts. The WWE champion will still be Brock Lesnar, unfortunately. The Raw Women's Champion will be Shayna Baszler. The United States Champion will be Buddy Murphy. The Raw Tag Team Champions will be AOP. And the Women's Tag Team Champions will be the Divas of Doom. And then on the SmackDown side of things, the Universal Champion will be Roman. You know, fuck it. Let's keep it on Bray Wyatt. That way we can develop a new star. Maybe Drew McIntyre goes to SmackDown and gets the belt off to the Fiend. Maybe that will help out. I think he's a better Universal Champion than a WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre. So yeah, let's do the Fiend. Forget what I said about the whole Roman Reigns winning. Fuck that. I don't want that. And then Daniel Bryan, I think he's going to retire for reals this time because I think he's a father now. So I think he's better off doing that. So yeah, The Fiend. So SmackDown, The Fiend is still your Universal Champion. IC Champion Keith Lee. So that's going to be interesting. Thanks. The uh the women's champion is Sasha Banks. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions is Miz and Morrison, aka the Dirt Sheets. And then on the NXT side of things, new Cruiserweight Champion Johnny Gargano. Keith Lee is the North American Champion and the IC Champion, so that will be fun for a while. I think just so I'll get the North American Championship belt off of him and the NXT belt off of him. Then we do, and then we have I guess so. That's it. Yeah, I think those are. Yeah, I think those are the freaking matches that we use. Or the belt the champions have. Ugh, I need to go to bed. And you can clearly tell that I haven't done this in a while. I want to come back to YouTube for good, but I have school. I got all this other shit. So, and I'm doing live streams. So this is all live, people. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. I'm out.